they're way too strong. But ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is. But we keep it on repeat cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our way.
Hello everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Snowhawks going up against the Seahawks. What a surprise here. There's rain in Seattle as we're off to Century Link Field to link up with our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at Century Link Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Portland Snowhawks and the Seattle Seahawks. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will actually lose 11 yards, but they get the interception. They have the football. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Bootlegs out. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
First and 10 for Dalton. His throw incomplete. Lucky Whitehead, his intended target. And now it's second down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Second down following the incompletion. Curse goes in motion right. Play action here with Dalton. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Earl Thomas is the rangiest free safety in the game. Great reactions, great understanding, and boy, will he strike you when the ball's in his area.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. 3rd and 2 for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Detroit! Leopard! Here we go! All right, now, look at 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And we take a look at the starting lineup defensively.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Boom. Over.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Complete outright to Kurz. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Kurz goes in motion right. Dalton sets up play action. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And the wideout in motion. This will be Dalton again. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Another chance for Dalton. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Portland in control of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Curse goes in motion right. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Dalton off play action. And it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Curse. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Curse goes in motion right. Play fake. Here's Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Shift together here from the D-line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. There he goes right side. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 85 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Dalton, 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The center receiver in motion to the right. Play action now, Dalton. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Play action here with Dalton. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taken in at the 11. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd down, 9 yards to go.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now Cook. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Dalton sets up play action. He'll buy some time right. He's got Curse. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 15 yards there for number 15. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it'll be Dalton again. Going right side here, and that's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From midfield here, Dalton.